Man, let me just start by saying I like Jey Uso. I don't really see the issue, especially online. It's like the guy, he's earned the stripes. He's been in the game for like damn near 20 years now. I don't know how long the Uso has been out, but it's been in for like a long time, dog. And I always knew one of the Usos would break out. I just never knew which one until the bloodline thing kicked off. Now we can, we never knew which one was who, but now after the bloodline situation, we can tell between Jimmy and Jey, and obviously Jey broke out better than his brother. But as far as like this the internet goes, the worst Royal Rumble ever, worst choice ever. I mean, I understand Charlotte Flair because it's rinse and repeat. She takes off, she comes back, she wins the title, she loses it, she disappears. But like Jimmy or Jey Uso, bro, I don't understand the hate. The whole Yeet thing, it's over. He's doing this thing. I mean, hey, will it get old after a while? Maybe. I mean, Daniel Bryan rode the yes thing up until he left, so it can go either way. People got annoyed by it, but it still was a good thing. It still was up. So, I just think that he needs to work on his promos, if anything. Like, the only thing he needs to do is just work on his promos. I understand, like, his entrance is like a big deal, and it looks like a big deal. He's out there yeeting for like 10 minutes. He's got the crowd. He's got Michael Cole. He's got Pat McAfee. Even the lights are yeeting. Like, if you look at the lights, they're yeeting. It's crazy. But I think he looks like a star. He's got the whole yeet thing going on. He's got a big family tree and a good background. He's been out for a while. We all know who he is. Everybody's behind him. He deserves it. I just think he needs to work on his promos. I mean, in his matches, he needs to work on his promos in his matches, which says a lot about a wrestler because, I mean, that's what being a wrestler is. But it's like, okay, I understand, after the entrance, it's like he's blown up. It's been 10 minutes. You've been using a lot of energy. But there's no confidence in his promos. It's like he's kind of going out there, and you can just tell that he's not scripted, which is one thing that we all wanted throughout the years. Is like WWE has been so scripted that it's just sometimes it's unbearable. Like remember this, the Roman Reigns Sucker and Succotash thing he said or whatever, when it was so cringy. It was like, yeah, this shit is scripted. But when he goes out there, you can tell like he's not scripted, and he's one of those people that he kind of needs to be scripted because it just comes off as if he's trying to figure it out. As he, whereas though CM Punk, he's not scripted. He just goes out there and he just starts spitting. Like, he just straight goes at it. Like, he's just spitting a promo. It's like somebody in a fan will say something. He'll react to what the person said in the fan. What the person said, and he'll just add it to his promo. It's like he's just fluently speaking, but like Jey Uso is just, it's like he's stumbling over his words. Half the time it doesn't like make sense. He's just trying to figure out what he's saying. And you can tell that he's like, he used to be like really good when he had his brother beside him. They used to bounce off each other. It's like one would say A and this other would say B and the other one would say C and D and so on and so on. They would just bounce off, and then they'd say Uso Penitentiary, and then, they had it. And you can tell that he's still trying to do that with the whole yeet thing, whereas though, like, this is something I noticed. He'll say something, and then he'll depend on the crowd to do yeet. So it seems like the crowd is taking place of Jimmy. Like, he's cutting the same type of promos, but he's not having anything to actually bounce off of. There's no A to his B or C to the D. It's more so yeet. Oh, what am I going to say next? Yeet. What am I going to say next? It's like he's just trying to figure it out, and it just comes off as like, it's incomplete. His promos are just like all over the place sometimes, and there's no confidence. And I mean, as far as his matches, I don't want to say he's gonna get there because he's been out for like 15 years now or so. 15, I have no idea. How long, when did the Usos debut? Like, I was watching when they debuted, too. I remember they came out, they had the face paint and all that, the big baggy shorts. They came out with Tamina, but I just can't remember what year that was. But his matches, bruh, shit, him and Jimmy, his brother, like, they had the worst match, like, of all time at last year's WrestleMania. Like, it was, I watched it live. I was just like, what is this? They were just super kicking each other nonstop, and it just didn't make any sense. It was just terrible. Like, that was one of the worst matches I think I've ever seen. Like, Divas level, Divas level match. But I think he'll get there with Gunther, especially since they had 2-3 matches already. Like, there's already some type of chemistry and some storyline behind them. So, whereas though him and his brother actually never had a match on TV, and maybe they did something behind the scenes, but going out in front of that live crowd and doing it, like, that was kind of they probably got the nerves, and they kind of were probably freestyling it, and it didn't go the way they wanted to. But so with Gunther, I have some confidence. And Gunther needs to have a good match, too, and that's a whole nother story. Maybe I'll make a video on him because he used to be one of my favorites, and now he's kind of he's stagnant. Like, he just kind of comes out, he's wearing this suit, he barely ever wrestles, and, like, his promos are just centered around, I'm the best because I have the title, and it's like, well, what happens when you lose the title? But I'll make a video later about him. But as far as Jey Uso, bro, I mean, he deserves it. Will it get better? Maybe. If not, then hey, on to the next. But I think it's a good thing that he won because we, as fans, I mean, we're tired. I mean, I love John Cena, CM Punk. I'm not a big Seth Rollins fan. Drew McIntyre's, like, we've seen these guys over and over and over. Now it's time for somebody else to do it, especially somebody who's been there for years. It was good when we seen Daniel Bryan do it. He broke out. Kofi Kingston, he broke out, even though that didn't last long. I mean, yeah, it didn't last long, but it was still effective. And it did what it had to do for the time that it was. But this isn't really me telling you guys. This is more of a discussion. Like, I want to know what do people actually have an issue with Jey Uso? Because my only issue is that he just needs to work on his promos just a little bit. Other than that, I don't really see what anybody is complaining about. Like, he's new, he's fresh. It's only been a couple months since his singles run. It's been like less than a year anyway since like WrestleMania, or longer than that actually. But it's still new. Like, so what is actually the issue? Because maybe people are disappointed because we all wanted Cena, and trust me, I would like Cena to win too, but yeah, so I'm always down for somebody new, but let me know what y'all think, like, because I'm definitely looking forward to anybody who has a comment. Like, I'm always down for different opinions and having a discussion about this. So just drop something down in the comments, and we'll see what we gonna see what it's about, man. Shit, man, ain't nothing wrong with Jey Uso, man. Stop hating on the man. Stop hating on that man.